This week we are going to work on another East Standard, which is our PSA script outline. We are going to write a PSA script outline. If you look up here at your instructions, it says students will choose a subject to create a 30-second to 1-minute PSA or public service announcement. Students will complete the attached MCH PSA outline to plan out their PSA, and that's going to be right here. This week, again, you're only going to be writing your script, and you're going to be doing some researching reliable sources of information about your PSA topic, and your script needs to be turned in no later than Thursday, October the 29th, 2020. So let's take a look at what a PSA is and some subject areas. Let me click on this. So your directions are this. Students will complete a public service announcement commercial, a PSA. This commercial should cover important topics in which the public needs to be made aware of. Here are some topics that would be of interest to you guys. Some PSA topics: drinking and driving, distracted driving, vaping, bullying, whether verbal or through social media, smoking, dipping tobacco, prescription drug abuse, using drugs in general, driving recklessly / speeding, internet danger, suicide, verbal abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, steroid use, racism / hate crimes, peer pressure, and trafficking. So here are some things. You want to choose one of these topics and research it from some reliable, credible sources. And here's some things that you want to think about when creating your PSA. You want to choose your topic, pick a subject that you feel is very important to you, as well as one you can actually visualize. Keep your focus narrow and to the point. More than one idea confuses your audience, so have one idea per PSA. Time for some research. That's goal number 2. You need to know your stuff. Try to get the most current and up-to-date facts on your topic or statistics and references that you can add to your PSA. You want to be convincing and accurate. You don't want to have false information. You want your sources to be from reliable, credible sources. The next thing you want to do is to consider your audience. Who are you targeting? Is it parents? Is it teens? Is it teachers or some other social group? Consider your target audience's needs, preferences, as well as things that might turn them off. They are the ones that you really want to rally to action to take steps in your PSA. The action suggested by the PSA can be almost anything. It can be spelled out or it can be implied in your PSA. Just make sure that the message is clear. 3, grab your audience attention. The very first thing you want to do is you might want to use some visual effects or an emotional response, maybe humor or surprise to catch your target audience. Be careful, however, of using scare tactics. Attention getters are needed, but they must be carefully selected. For example, when filming a PSA about controlling anger, a glass frame picture of a family can be shattered on a camera. This was dramatic, but not melodramatic. Don't do anything that's going to possibly cause you harm or anyone else. Staging a scene between 2 angry people to convey the same idea is more difficult to do effectively. Create a script, which is what we're going to do this week, and keep your script to a few simple statements. A 30-second PSA will typically require anywhere from about 5 to 7 concise assertions. In other words, facts, stats to back up the points you're trying to drive home. Highlight the major and minor points that you want to make, and be sure the information presented in the PSA is based on up-to-date, accurate research and findings and or data. Then you want to complete the storyboard of your script and then you want to film your footage and edit your PSA. But this week, what we're going to focus on is just choosing our PSA topic and writing our script. Find your audience and get their reaction. How did they respond? And is it the way you expected them to respond? Your goal is to call your audience to action. Are they inspired, or is it just another message? That's some things you want to think about. Okay, let's look at the script. And this is how an outline. This is what I want you to do. You're going to go in here to the second thing and make a copy of your MCHS PSA outline. And students will create a 30 seconds to 1 minute PSA public service announcement. Put your name here, your date, the period you're in, and the title of your PSA. Your opening line. This is so important. Your opening line is something that you want to capture your audience attention and drive your message and make it clear and concise. Hey, this is important. You need to listen. The second thing you want to do is probably include a fact or a statistic from a reliable, credible source, and find a fact about your subject which will convey the message you want to send to your audience. Another fact or statistic, again, find another fact about your subject which will convey the message you want to send to your audience. And then fact or statistic 3, find a fact about your subject which will convey the message you want to send to your audience. This is what you're going to fill out. I am also going to place an example of previous PSAs that have been done last year, so you can use those as an example. Thanks, and if you have any questions, email me or see me. If you're here, if you're virtual and online, you can email me or send me a remind message. Thanks, and have a great week.